hiding in photos, feeling soft and lethargic, and hating what you see in the mirror does not have to be your reality for the next 5, 10, or 20 years. In fact, over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I will show you firsthand how over 1,300 of our clients repaired their metabolism and got bikini body toned without missing out on mimosas and pizza with the girls. But look, this will only work if you're willing to not over restrict your calories, not do endless cardio and running on the treadmill, and you can't be expecting to transform with shakes, pills, or injections. Now you may be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. And you know what? Paula thought the same thing before she lost 110 pounds in 8 months, despite a chronic illness in her liver that the doctor said was life-threatening before working with us and is now clearing. Megan thought the same after seeing no results with PTs and coaches. She thought this won't work for her because she had PCOS and underactive thyroid and insulin resistance, but she lost 27 pounds in 13 weeks. And Rebecca, she worked with PTs and nutritionists and never saw results. And she thought it's because she was going out to social events 3 out of 4 weekends a month, but it wasn't the case. Her, like many of you women watching this, has had an underperforming metabolism. And these aren't just 3 unique examples. We have helped over 1,300 clients do the same thing with the methods I'm about to share. And you can see them pop up on the screen just now. We've also had the world's most recognized magazines like Forbes and Apple reach out to us to share these methods in an article for their readers. Now, I'm not some influencer with good genetics. I founded Smart Body and Performance, which is a women's weight loss program known for getting ladies bikini body toned or they do not pay. I started coaching women over 30 after growing up and watching my mom struggle with tons of different fad diets. It was this never-ending revolving door of lose a pound, gain a pound, lose a pound, gain a pound. And I originally just wanted to find a solution for her. But once I found that solution and gave her a program and watched her transform and get her spring back in her step and I guess finally feel like her again, I knew there was other women in the same shoes. Because you see, you're targeted by cowboy trainers, fad diets, and weight loss injections. You see some initial progress, but end up in the 92% of women who rebound all of their lost weight. Granted, the women you see was working with us one-to-one and had access to our training and nutrition specialists, our psychologists, sleep specialists, and more within our inner circle. Because, you know, like a lot of other fitness coaches are jack of all trades. They promise everyone everything, but we are specifically for women who are demanding more from themselves, who are busy with their career and their household, and women who want to enjoy their social life. They don't want to live like a boring and mediocre, restrictive lifestyle. But I'll share the metabolism optimization methods these clients went through to get results without the possibility of a rebound. You will feel better than you ever have before. You will finally be able to look in the mirror and say, if I can do this, I can do anything I put my mind to. So get your notepad ready, and here we go. Method 1, the foundations. Before we get into the meat and the potatoes, we need to have the basics done well. You need to be aiming for 7 to 9 hours of high quality sleep, 1 liter of water for every 40 to 45 pounds of body weight, and keeping generally active. You see, we have something called non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is the calories we burn through non-planned activity, and it makes up 20 to 30% of the daily calories we burn. So aim for 8 to 12 or so thousand steps a day, or just add an extra 20% on what you're currently doing. Method 2, diet breaks. One of the fastest ways to wreck your metabolism and cause an inevitable plateau is to stay in a calorie deficit for a prolonged period of time. You need to have strategic diet breaks that last 1 to 4 weeks at a time, and this will help you optimize your metabolism. Method number 3, resistance training. Weight training will melt fat considerably faster than cardio. You see, for every 1 pound of muscle we have, we burn 6 calories a day, but for every 1 pound of fat, just 2, which means more muscle means a faster metabolic rate. And muscle growth happens from machines and weights, not cardio. And that's not to mention when you lose weight, I can imagine if you're like our clients, you want to have a nice toned, sexy hourglass figure, right? Because if you do too much cardio, you'll lose muscle and therefore you'll lose all your shape as well. Method 4, supplementation. This isn't as important as the other methods, but the right supplements that can aid the rest of the methods and make things a little bit easier. So generically, most women will benefit from a whey protein shake that's tested by a third party. So you know exactly what they're putting into the protein shake is what's actually inside the protein shake. Have 30 grams, so 1 scoop a day. And creatine monohydrate. 3 to 5 grams a day of creatine will really help you speed up your metabolism from having more energy and better performance. Now, this is the most researched supplement on the entire planet, and we naturally produce it in the body and get it from red meat. However, we don't get enough of it, so it's really beneficial for women over 30 who want a bikini body figure. Vitamin D, unless you live in a very sunny climate, you're probably deficient in vitamin D from the sun, so we want to supplement it. And magnesium for your insulin, stress, and sleep. Then moving on to method 5, accountability. Absolutely everything I shared is pointless without doing the consistent basics, which is why almost every single person I know who has transformed has done so with an experienced professional in their corner, motivating them, steering the ship, and course correcting when needed to hold them to a higher standard than they hold themselves. Because you can have all the Pelotons and 75-day challenges and juice diets in the world. You can go to the nicest gyms too and get a personal trainer and do a bunch of bullshit cardio. And you can even try cutting carbs and sugar if you really want to. But this isn't what got our clients such dramatic transformations. The transformations that make your friends go, holy fuck, how did you do that? The reason you're not walking around in a tight dress feeling confident as hell for most women is unconscious ignorance. You don't know what you don't know. You see people online giving you advice and it makes you think you know exactly what to do with your training and nutrition. And look, that may work in your early 20s, maybe even your late 20s, but when you hit 30, it all changes, which is why you need to optimize your metabolism, hormones, and sleep and stress, as well as your training and nutrition. Because if you want to look like Julia Roberts from Pretty Women, just eating salads ain't gonna do it. This is where we really focus on how we create lifelong habits that actually last and leave you feeling unstoppable in 5, 10, or 20 years to come, not just for the next 6 months. Now look, the hardest step is taking action and putting yourself first and making the decision to prioritize you again. Because oftentimes we speak to women and they come at the bottom of their priority list. You know, their house renovations, their kids' school tuition, it all comes first. But if you're ready to put yourself first for once and finally see the change that you deserve, and I guess you are interested in that if you made it this far in the video, and if so, you can either scroll off and watch more cat videos and circle back in a year's time and be in the same position as now or worse, or you can commit to becoming the best self or a hero for your children, an inspiration to your friends, and I guess a rock for your partner. Look, we offer you 10% weight loss in your first 90 days or you do not pay. Not many coaches on the internet specialize in women transformations and give you an offer that damn good. I will get you bikini body toned, no matter your age, genetics, or however many attempts you have tried to transform in the past. This is what 1,300 plus other clients decided to do. Now they reap the benefits every single day. So if you want to see if you qualify for Smart Body Performance, then you can hit the link below, get hold of a win-win scenario where you transform or you don't pay. So click the link. For some of you, this will fix your rocky relationships by improving your communication, your libido, and your mood. For some, it will save you from health trauma like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So you can see your kids and your grandkids grow up and you can be a present woman in their lives. And for some of you, this will make you feel toned and sexy. So you can use your new identity to land your dream job or promotion, find a partner, and I guess just live the life of your dreams. The application process is 2 minutes long. Click the link right below this video to see if you qualify. We have this in place to make sure that we're matching our program to the right women so we can fulfill our guarantee. So if you qualify, you can then book a call and show up to your consultation call ready to change your life. Welcome to Smart Body Performance. One of the biggest struggles I see with women we speak to is that they've been so low on their priority list for years. They put their kids, their career, their house renovations, etc. before themselves. Something I always tell these women is this: you can't pour from an empty cup. If you fill your own cup up, you have so much more to give to those around you, your family, your career, everything. And most importantly, you can feel like you again. You no longer have to hide in photos on family vacations. You can make memories and live in the moment without picking yourself apart. You can show your kids that it's cool to be healthy and strong and confident. Look, my biggest advice is this. Don't wait until it's too late, until trauma hits you and you're forced to make a change. Because the heart attack in your 50s started in your 30s. The walking stick in your 80s started in your 40s. Don't wait until it's too late. And I guess don't delay the feeling of feeling on top of the world.